Hey guys, Richard here with another episode of Old Norse Paganism's Odin's Wisdom.
Hey guys, it's
As-
Eric.
Got Eric with me today, and I've got the hiccups. Don't worry, I ain't been boozing too much. But so real quick, just throw out the disclaimer out there. If you are under the age of 18, leave. You're not interested. We're not for you. It's not about you. But for all of you that are over 18, we're glad to have you guys. This week's episode is going to be a little bit different than most. We're really just going to talk about different things in the Norse paganism world and society and kind of how the cultures went, things like that maybe. It's just going to be a free for all pretty much, even with the hiccups.
Yeah, so we'd like to know, any questions y'all have, anything Norse related y'all like to discuss. We would not really like to get anything political at this time, but you feel free to ask any questions.
You guys know us well enough to know by now. For those of you that have been following us for any length of time and been a part of Old Norse paganism for any length of time, we don't do politics, period. I don't want to get into all the political crap that's going on in society right now. But like Eric was saying, if you guys got questions about different things, by all means, please ask. And if we don't have the answer right now for you, we will find it. Just be sure to let us know what your email address is so that we can get you the answer, okay? So with that, I guess I'll start it off a little bit just to kind of fill you guys in that aren't familiar. Started Old Norse Paganism as a group on Facebook in February, or was it February or January?
I think it was February.
I think it was January or February. We started out as a group, and the whole reason behind it was because none of the groups I'd been a part of really seemed to really hold, in my opinion, the values of the Norse. I mean, there was constantly badgering of Christians and Jews and homos and races, and to me, that's not what it's about. And I had posted one time, and as you guys know from being in the group, that we have to approve your posts. Same went for my post, and it got denied. And not only did it get denied, I woke up the next morning and I was no longer in the community. I was like, wow. At which point I said, to hell with it. I'll start my own group. Boom. Old Norse Paganism was formed. Well, we've had nothing but battle after battle with Facebook. And yes, don't tell, we're using their tools. But we've had battle after battle with Facebook. So ultimately, we have a page that my great, great friend Brandon Snyder is running for us with my hiccups. And guys, if you're not a fan of the page already, please go fan the page. There are specials and things that are put up there from time to time. But so that being said, we're no longer on Facebook. Now we have our own place called Norse.faith. Okay, you guys can sign up for free accounts there. The only reason we want you guys to have the accounts is so you can have access to the library that I have built personally, to some of the other resources that we're offering out now. We've got one of our newest resources and tools for you guys, and it helps you show your pride as being a Norseman or woman, is a free email account with the @norse.faith domain. Okay, that is free to anybody that is a member of the website, and it's 1 gigabyte. All we ask is that you guys make sure you check the rules, because if you don't follow the rules, we're going to have to crack down on you, because they'll try to crack down on us for it, okay? Mm-hmm. So don't be harassing each other. Don't be sending kitty porn. And I'm serious, do not send kitty porn, because if I find out you're sending kitty porn, not only will your email address be deleted, you'll be removed from the group, period. Want no part of that. And I will also inform the law. Call me snitch, rat, whatever. I don't fucking care. But that said, best new resource we have for you guys. Show your pride. I've got my domain, or my email is r.bishop@norse.faith. Eric's got his at e.delaney.
Yep.
It's a great tool, and we worked really hard to get that set up for you guys. You can find all the information about it on the website. Which again leads me to my next point. The website's built brand new. We built it from the ground up, essentially. And twice.
Twice.
To try and make it better for you guys and give you guys more features and different things going on like that, you know. But that said, you know, everybody faces challenges and times, and I've kind of talked about it a little bit in the past on some of my other episodes of Odin's Wisdom. But the thing is like, even with the technical difficulties that we've been having for like the last hour plus, and finally getting to get on stream with you guys, we're still here. We didn't quit. We didn't give up. We could have said the hell with it. We'll just do a video next week. That's not my blood. That's not who I am. And as a Norse people, that's not who they were either.
Okay? And if we would have did it next week, it would have been both of us doing it.
Now, for those of you that are curious about what some of the technical difficulties were that we had, for starters, we don't have enough subscribers to have a live stream access on YouTube. So guys, please help bump that up, because not only do we get the ability to have youtube.com/Old Norse Paganism, but we also get the privilege to be, to be able to have a live stream, you know, and this is not the only time I would love to live stream with you guys, okay? Unfortunately, I no longer have an account on Facebook, so I'll never live stream through Facebook myself. We're on Erik's page, so thank Erik for that.
Anyways, guys, so I see Liam Cunningham. Good evening, man. Hope you're doing good. Hope everybody's doing good so far. How about we get into how me and you actually came to be a partnership there? It's kind of a hilarious story.
Well, okay, so one of the things I was striving to do right out of the gate was grow the group, okay? Not necessarily looking for just numbers. Even now, we have great numbers on our website as far as I'm concerned, with only having to sign up for technically 2 months, 3 months. We've got some great numbers rolling out. But I was looking to grow the group, so I was joining other communities and talking to other people throughout those communities. And I came across a gentleman who shall be known as RJ. And he had a little chat group going with Erik and a few other people that are in there, you know, and I think your car was one of those guys that was in that group. So we started talking. I said something to him about, and I proposed the idea of doing a merger, you know, that we would be one of the only Facebook groups that would have a chat group as well, designated to paganism, and specifically Norse paganism. So after about a week and a couple of votes through their community, boom, it was done. We decided to merge, and we had the merger. You know, and then in that conversation and in that time period before we got kicked from Facebook, Erik and I had done a lot of talking back and forth. I'm so sorry for these hiccups, you guys. I've been battling them all day, and I swear to Christ, I have not had a drop. But back to the story, you know, Erik and I had been conversing back and forth about different things, and mostly about management of the two groups, including the chat group and the Facebook group itself. And through that and our conversations, we just kind of connected, you know, and again, this was back in February-ish, give or take, and our friendship just kind of grew. And now I'm in his home doing this live stream with you guys. My wife and I have been spending time here with them this week. We came down this previous weekend, and we're kind of hanging out and having a good time. We're getting some tattoos done and just having a good time. But one of the things I wanted to do as soon as I knew I was coming down here was make sure that I got Erik involved in the show. Because you guys need to know, in my opinion, just as much as anybody, that he is as big a part of Old Norse paganism as I am. You may not see a lot out of him, you may not hear much from him, but I promise you he's always doing something in the background for me. And if you don't believe me, you can look at his list that he'll give you later. You know, and that's just kind of how we connected. And, it's been a good ride. I mean,
Well, I mean, we used. Well, I mean, we don't. I mean, we have a Facebook page, but not like the group we did before.
Right.
But we use it as what it was known for, is to get to know other people. I mean, that's really what we did. I mean, essentially, and it just kind of grew from there. Which, a little side note, if any of y'all have privately talked to me at that time, I actually had the flu.
Yep.
And was at home
Sick for 2 weeks.
and sick for 2 weeks, and I had nothing to do. And you know, when RJ did that chat, what happened was it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and if any of y'all know about the medicine they give you for the flu, you stay awake a lot. So I could not sleep at all. So RJ sent a message, "Hey, does anybody want to chat?" And we started chatting, and it just so happened some crazy woman got on there.
Yeah.
And we're just, we're having a good time talking to one another, and all of a sudden something crazy she said, I'm not going to say it because it goes without saying right now. She basically called us crazy and told us that we were meatheads, basically.
Basically, yeah.
So we all just kind of bonded over that experience. So no matter, anything you're going through, I guess I kind of lead to that, you can bond over anything. And that's why I say it's funny, because it was really over one crazy person that got it all started with me and him, anyways.
Right.
Um,
And for those of you that were around during our Facebook era, you all know kind of the situation that was going on and some of those issues. And just for those of you that don't know, the reason we're not on Facebook as a group anymore, and technically we are, you can access all of our old information if you go directly to it. I will try to get a link in the video to that when we post it on YouTube, because this will end up on YouTube, as well as on our blog. But, we were removed forcibly from Facebook for exhibiting runes as my name. I was removed. And I didn't feel like it was...
warranted?
Well, right. It's not warranted by any means. And as many of you know, there's a ton of other people out there with runes on their names. The only difference is they didn't get reported and I did. And I think it's because I have a big mouth. I say what I think and I don't give a shit. But that being said, it's whatever. I don't think that anything doesn't happen for a reason. I've always felt like, that everything we experience, whether it's trials, whether it's successes, whether it's a new promotion at a job, you meet the woman of your dreams, whatever the case is, it's always for a reason, okay? So it is what it is. But that said, I'm also in the process of talking to a few news media outlets, and they're seriously considering taking the story and publishing it nationally. And that includes the USA Today and the New York Times. So it is what it is. Jacob, thanks so much for listening, bud, and we appreciate your support and your dedication. Liam, I remember you being there. Like I said, the entire goal of this week's episode for me was really just to talk with you guys and show you that myself and Eric are real people. We really do have family lives. We really do have things going on in the background, and that we do care about what it is that is going on with you guys. And this is one of the reasons why we decided to go live instead of doing a video, was so we could get you guys involved a little bit. That's why we're asking you guys to go on ahead. Oh my God. To go on ahead and ask us whatever questions you have. Say whatever you got to say. You're not going to rub my skin wrong, and if it's completely out in left field, I'll just ignore it. So, that's me being straight with you.
and please, please, please share the link. And if you know somebody that hasn't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that as well. As he said before. But yeah, we just really would love to know what y'all, questions y'all have about us. I mean, it could be...
You can ask me anything you want. If you want to know my shoe size, I'll tell you my shoe size. I'm not a real large man, I'll tell you that. But whatever you want to know. In the meantime, while we're waiting for you guys to chat us up or whatever, I want to let you guys know we are still running that YouTube promotion for the one-of-a-kind T-shirt. Okay? It has been authorized by our vendor that we supply most all of our products through the marketplace for. Which, by the way, guys, that store is up simply to help cover the expenses of doing business. Okay, if you guys can afford to buy stuff and you want to show your support for Old Norse Paganism, excuse me, that is one of the best ways you guys can do it and get a little something in return. Otherwise, we do have a donation page where you can donate ebooks, you can donate money, you can donate time, you can write columns, you can, if you're good with videos, you can do video editing. I mean, whatever the case is. Okay, so there's always a way to help. And even if there's not a way listed on the page and you think you have an idea, by all means, email me. Again, my email is r.bishop@norse.faith.
Mine's e.dulany@norse.faith.
You know,
pretty simple. But yeah, just please, show your support. You don't necessarily have to buy anything. We're not telling you all that to be part of ONP you have to go buy and spend money. We're just saying, please, show your support if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Just keep being an active member. That's all.
You always put your family first. Period. Okay, and I don't care who it is. And I've told Eric the same thing more than once. In fact, there's been a couple times where Eric had to take a step back from ONP so that he could deal with stuff that was going on in his world. Guys, I'm never going to be mad at you for that. Okay, not ever. But at the same time, I do ask that you keep me informed, especially if you have made a commitment to Old Norse Paganism, whether you're a columnist, whether you're whatever's going on. So that being said, we do have a new column that's going to be coming out next week. And it's not technically a column yet. It's got to go through the probationary period, and it's going to be called Fireside Stories. I'm really excited about it. It's by our good friend and member, Dylan Copeland. Great dude. I mean, knows his stuff. He's learning. He's somewhat new to the whole Norse faith and Norse religion, but he's diving in head first, and my hat's off to him. I've been doing this 16 years, and in August it'll be 17. So I've been around the world for a while, as far as age goes. But also, my experiences in the military took me all over the world. That's part of the way that I was able to not only discover Norse religion, but also to study a numerous amount of religions. There isn't really too many, I don't think, that I haven't studied. And here's one that'll blow your mind, and you can Google it if you want. There is even a religion for corn. That's not a joke. You can absolutely Google it. I don't understand it myself, but hey, it is what it is. And one of the things that I've always stressed about Old Norse paganism, that separates us from most Norse-related groups would be the fact that I'm not going to judge you if you're a Christian and you're a member of the site and you have something to say from the Christian point of view. As far as that goes, I love a good, healthy conversation. So if you got something to say it. Let's have a healthy conversation about it. I'm not going to fight with you about it. I'm not going to argue with you about something. I will listen to your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions, and then I'll give you mine. And that'll be the end of it. Or we can continue on as to why we think the way we think or feel the way we feel. I mean, I'm not opposed to a decent adult conversation. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, it adds to your wisdom because it gives you another person's insight, and it gives you another perspective on things. And that, for me, is one of the big things that Norse is all about, is seeking and sharing wisdom and knowledge. It's one of the reasons why Eric and I wanted to make sure that no matter what, we kept this library thing going for you guys. Now, we had to make a few changes, and it takes you off the site when you go to the ebooks themselves. But we had to do that in order to make sure that the site maintained a decent amount of speed for loading purposes. We've recently made some other investments into the site to help get the word out including some search engine optimization. We've added new features like the email service for you guys. We are working on developing an online self-paced Norse mythology class. Guys, I'm working on it, but seriously, don't look for it in the next year. Okay? It's going to take some time to get built and coded and all of those things. And some of the stuff that I'm wanting to do in the class, I can't do by myself. I have to hire an actual coder to do and build for me. So that being said, it could be some time out before those self-paced classes are available. The other thing about those is that they are going to cost money because it's going to cost me money to get them built. Okay, it's not. I'm going to try to keep it as reasonable as I can. But at the end of the course, you will get a certificate of completion from Old Norse Paganism in the mail that you can hold in your hand and hang on your wall with Nordic pride. Okay. Recently added one of our good friends and our Instagram managers products to the marketplace. It is a tattoo balm. I don't have it handy at the moment to you guys, but I can tell you from having used it in the past, it is a great product and you want to check that out. We also have added a few new t-shirts this week, added a new canvas poster that you can hang up. We also added some throw pillows for dads, which, by the way, it's June, so guess what? Dads, get them pillows. You'll get 15% off, and you get to take a nap after a dinner and a beer. Oh, yeah.
Which it sounds like he's been having.
Yeah, right.
But let's say again, he hasn't drank a drop.
Not today. Well, sweet tea.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you eat Chinese, I guess.
Apparently. So those are some of the things that are coming. There's a lot of ugliness going on in the world right now. And I have personally chosen to try and avoid most of it. Because if I don't, I will get myself in a whole heap of trouble. But the other side of it is it's depressing. Don't subject yourself to that depressing bullshit. Don't get involved in the drama. Because really what is ultimately going to happen is it's going to get quashed and not in a way that anybody likes.
Mm-hmm.
And so please try to avoid that garbage if you can. Keep you and your family safe because you get involved in that and you're putting everybody you know at risk.
And as a Norse man or woman, you're supposed to show love to your brother or sister. Yeah,
regardless of skin color, regardless of sex, regardless of sexual orientation, age, nationality, I don't give a shit. Some people say that Norse religion is a racial religion. Some people say Norse religion is a blood religion.
Ask Rick and Jakar about that.
Yeah, I disagree. We've got a few people in our group, including Jakar, who is our Instagram manager. He runs all of the Instagram guys, and he puts out some amazing stuff. You guys got to check it out. But even that man is not a traditional white man. And if you look at him, you would think he was some big biker dude. But to talk to him, he sounds like Minnie Mouse. Love you, Jakar. But, his voice certainly does not match his appearance. And it's because he's of the Hispanic nation, okay? He's not Spanish, but he is of Hispanic origin.
Which, regardless, it doesn't matter. That's the point we're trying to get behind it. Even when we were running the group, we had so many issues with people talking about a race. It's not a race. It's not about race. If that were the case, then probably most of us wouldn't be in it because we're all mutts in some way or another.
Right. And if any of you have read the Have 'Em All, Odin's Words of the High One, that book, swear to God, and God is that book is directly from Odin himself. It's more of a, think of it as a Bible or as a list of the commandments of the Norse. Okay, and I've read it numerous times. I've quoted it numerous times throughout posts and different videos and things like that. I post it in tweets sometimes because I feel like it's relevant. But there's nothing in the Have 'em all words of the High One that indicates anywhere that it's okay to discriminate against anybody for any reason. Okay? And again, you are nobody to judge, no more than I am somebody to judge. Okay? The only ones that have the authority to honestly make that judgment are the gods themselves. So, remember your place. And I know sometimes it gets a little complex and a little difficult to try and remember where you're at and who you are. And it's hard sometimes to not be a little judgmental. I get it. I deal with it too. Okay? Erik deals with it. But the reality of it is it's not our place. And the only ones that we're going to have to answer to when it's all said and done are the gods and goddesses. Excuse me again. And so for you to judge, trust me, if you judge them, you will too be judged. And so, yeah, just keep your family safe. Don't judge other people. Don't
Don't go out seeking a fight.
No.
And that's, if you look back in history, as the Vikings, which, we try not to discuss Vikings because it gets tied in with the show, but if you look at the history of the Vikings, they had a problem with wanting to, to fight to go to Valhalla. That's sort of the reason why they quit being, as prominent. And you can't get to Valhalla that way anymore. It's not, you can't just go out and pick a fight, Eventually you're going to lose.
Guys, that's a common misconception. Okay, like seriously, 85% of the Norse population seems to think that when they die, they go to Valhalla. Pump the brakes. Newsflash, no you don't. Out of the 85% that think they're going to go to Valhalla, maybe 1% will go to Valhalla.
And even if we all do, no one really is going to know until that time comes. So...
The thing to keep in mind with that, though, Erik, is that there are 4 realms of death.
Lay him on me.
You've got Vanheim, you've got Helheim, which is otherwise known as Hell. Mm-hmm. You've got Valhalla, and then, oh my God, the other one's slipping my mind. What's the other one? Tell me what the other one is.
My mind's going blank too.
Okay, if you guys know what the other place of death is, let me know. Just comment it below.
Yeah, please comment. You'll be smarter than we are.
But let's see. End of the hall of the Vikings.
Oh,
yep.
Nice to have you, Jojo. I see you're being sneaky. Try not to get caught. Try not to get caught.
Do not get caught at work for Old Norse Paganism, like for real. But we do love your dedication and your support. You guys, look. The reality of it is, Old Norse Paganism would not be around if it was not for people like you that are currently tuned in, or that have even tuned in at some point in time during this video. And that's the bottom line. All right, we're here to help educate and learn and share and grow as individuals, as well as the relationships with our gods and goddesses, and maybe, if we're lucky, we can get a relationship to form for you guys like it has for the two of us. Okay? And that's, again, if you're lucky. Now, at this point in the stage, Erik is like my brother. And good God, his son calls me Uncle Richard. Okay?
Uncle Richard, but yeah.
Yeah. Which I absolutely love. But, the whole thing is that if you're lucky, you'll get that kind of a bonus. And so... But again, you have to keep the faith, okay? And Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? Old Norse Paganism is not going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread anytime soon, okay? And we're not looking for that. We would rather have a small community of dedicated, loyal fans, subscribers, supporters, whatever you want to call yourself, as opposed to having 150 million people loving us on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, okay? As long as the content and the quality of these relationships is there. And that's really, in my mind, and with my experience, what being Norse is all about. It's about loving each other. It's about respecting one another. Okay?
Respecting others.
And others, yeah.
Even if they are not pagans.
You know, you don't have to agree with the Christians. I mean, I'm going to let you guys in on a little side note here. Erik's mom, Erik's dad, Erik's grandfather are devout Christians. So much so that Erik's grandfather is a minister. Okay? And his father has been known to fill in a few times for him.
And I'm not going to say that I don't visit the church and go there. You know, it's all about what your views. I can't just go out and attack someone just because they believe something different. You never may know. They all might be connected.
Right.
I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying they might be.
And again, guys, there are some things in this world that we are not meant to know. Period. Okay? And again, we're just not meant to know. All right? It's above our pay grade. It's above our capacity of knowledge. And it's up to the gods and goddesses. But, you know, like I was saying, Erik comes from a strong Christian background. Okay?
And it's always going to be there.
And his mom has even registered as a member on the website. She was a member of the Facebook group. Okay? Just to show her support for something that her son was doing. Okay? There's no reason we all can't get along like that. None. You don't necessarily have to like or agree to 100% of what I say or what Erik says or hell, what anybody says. Okay? But you can at least be free-spoken and free speech, which I am an absolute fan of, and I will never, ever ridicule you for using free speech. But there's a right way
and a wrong way.
Okay? If you are belligerent and mean and ugly and hateful with people, that's the wrong way. Period.
There's a little word that we learned in the military. It's called tact. Tact.
Which sometimes I lack myself.
Yeah, I do too. But if you want to have a discussion, you don't just need to go out and say, hey, you're wrong, you're an idiot, or a dumbass, which I've seen a lot. Yep. You're a dumbass, you're not a true Norseman. I've seen that a lot. Or you're a reptilian.
What was it, 3 weeks ago? Was it 3 weeks ago we were getting all that shit on fucking Twitter?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago on Twitter we were getting a ton of shit. You know.
And it makes no sense.
And I'm just like, and I'll tell you what it was over. When I posted a video of the t-shirt giveaway for YouTube, okay, for having 100 subscribers, the model that I used in the t-shirt model, okay, happens to be of an Asian descent. I don't know what nationality she is specifically. I just know that she appears to be Asian.
It didn't really matter, but
and boy, that started a world fire on Twitter. I mean, it was big for a while, and I was like, "Oh my God, enough with the hate text or the hate messages," you know. So, at any rate, ultimately, I pretty much fizzled that conversation out by just ignoring anybody that had something ugly to say about it. Guys, it was a freaking model for a t-shirt, okay? Really? And we do have, you know, we have our Hispanic hombre, Ducar, but we also have another guy who is a black man who has been very, very supportive. In fact, he's bought products from the store a couple of times, once or twice, I think. You know, and he was a part of the group, and he's on the website, you know, and so I just want to be clear. We don't discriminate on anybody, okay? We don't hate on anybody. We have one general goal, and that is to, again, build our relationships with the gods, and if we're lucky, with each other. Alright, I'm going to read this question to you guys in case you can't hear it. In Old Pagan occult, there is two words like
all occult before Abra or Politica was born.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct on that. Excuse me.
And Marduk actually did answer the question that.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
I'm trying to get to it. Sorry.
My boozing.
Yeah.
Woo!
Right there.
I can't read.
Horde's not Hades.
Horde's not. Okay.
Put your eyes on.
Yeah, I had to put my eyes on it, guys. Okay, yeah, thank you, Murdoch. I appreciate the answer. I didn't catch it. But, so, guys, the other realm of death is Hordes, not Hades. Okay? And maybe it's because it's unlike the rest of them that I just tend not to remember it. But, so, just love each other. I think that's going to be the focus this week is just love each other. Okay? Don't subject yourself to the ugliness that's going on right now. And I can promise you it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Again, I'm not going into detail on anything because I don't do politics with Old Norse Paganism whatsoever. I have contemplated starting a private channel or a channel for just my own personal views and points and things like that. Yes, they do. Marduk just stated that the stones still remain.
Mm-hmm.
And they do, you know. But just love each other. You know, there's enough ugliness out in the world that we don't really need to subject ourselves to it. Any unnecessariness.
And you don't need to feed the beast that's attacking. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
that's basically what it is. There's a giant beast. It's called, I would call it mob mentality.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's the beast that people are feeding, and we just choose not to be part of that beast because it's destructive.
And not just physically destructive, but mentally.
Mm-hmm.
It's draining. It's depressing. And I honestly can kind of compare this to, obviously not to the degree that Ragnarok was or is to come. But I can honestly say that this is certainly
A
precursor and or the beginning of the end. I don't know how it's going to end, and I'm okay no matter what, because I know that at the end of the day, I'll be judged before my gods. And that overall I've lived a good life, and I have good morals and values, and I try to show those through here,
Disclaimer: we're not trying to prophesy.
No.
We're not.
We are not prophets.
We're just kind of giving you our views on the take of the world around us without going too much into detail about it.
Now, that being said, though, I do believe that most of my weekly messages with Odin's wisdom are directed from the gods, and I believe that 110%. Most of them seem to touch one or the other previous episodes, but again, I believe that's how I'm directed. Guys, I don't script none of this stuff out. None of it. Okay?
Well, we had technical difficulties, so they pretty much know that.
And, the reason I don't script it out is because I believe that if there's something that I need to say, the gods will have me say it. Period. Okay?
Odelheim.
Odenheim.
I think so. We're all confused right now.
Guys, like I said, I will post the correct answer in the blog post itself. I will list them out. In fact, one of the projects I'm thinking about taking on is a 4-part series that discusses each of the 4 realms of death to try and clarify to you guys so that way you're not given that precursor or misconception of, oh, I'm going to Valhalla. Yeah, no, you're not. And I can't tell you how many people I've pissed off on Twitter. No, you're not.
Speaking of blogs, I got a blog post from last week. Y'all should go check it out. It's called God's With Us. It's pretty much almost every week thing. This week probably will be a bit off because my visitor, obviously. But go check out them blog posts and comment. Please comment on any of them. Tell us what you think. Ask us about the blogs on here. I mean, anything is great. Any kind of reaction from y'all or interaction is awesome.
Like I see a couple of you guys interacting back and forth with each other right now. I fucking love it. Okay, that's what we want to see on the website and on the blog. Which, by the way, guys, just so you know, when I get back home, I am going to change the title of the blog to timeline just to try and clarify a little bit. You guys are allowed to put as much content on there as you want. Okay, as long as you are a member of the website, it is just like Facebook. You can post whatever you want on there. Now, obviously, you still have to meet the rules and standards that we've set forth through Old Norse Paganism, but you know, you guys are absolutely allowed to submit posts.
We appreciate you, Murdoch. Actually, we appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look, guys, if we didn't enjoy doing this, we wouldn't be here. I mean, seriously, it's you know. Both of us have kind of gotten in trouble with our wife once or twice because we were spending more time with you guys
once
than with
or
them.
twice.
Well, it's, you know, so, but we do enjoy doing this stuff for you guys, and it makes us feel good to know that we're doing our part to help educate you guys, to help build relationships with you guys, to help you build relationships with the gods and goddesses, you know, and for me, that's what it's really all about. Figured I'd better get out there before the next hiccup.
Well, so I guess I'll talk about this week. So Friday, me and the wife took a drive to Kentucky.
They did.
Which is where Richard's at. Back to Arkansas, which is a nice long drive. And
which was complicated by debris in the road.
Yeah. By what, 2 hours? 2 to 3 hours?
Oh, it was like 2.5, 3 hours, yeah.
Well, me and the wife actually got to Memphis on the way there, and my mother texted me and said, there's a riot in Memphis. I was like, oh no. So Abby, my wife, goes, what are y'all going to do? We're just going to keep driving. I mean, we just keep driving.
Just don't stop the car.
And we made it there, you know. No problems, no real problems. There's always some sort of issue when road traveling, but it's
no, keep it on you.
Oh, it's it went good. It was actually an enjoyable drive for the wife, and which those of y'all don't know, this is the first time me and Richard have actually met person to person. We've talked a lot, and you know, it's so far worked out good. Now I'm not saying to go out and find random people on Facebook and go pick them up.
Please don't. That is not necessarily a safe behavior. And we are not condoning unsafe behaviors.
You know, it's through those graces that, you know, we made it there fine, and we made it back down here, which we're going to have to make the drive again soon. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, take him back, which my son's going to be heartbroken.
Yep.
But
we are thinking that we're going to try to make this a regular deal where we get to come down here and spend a week. You know, so that way we can do special episodes like this once in a while. Also, you know, our friendship is pretty important to us, and it's a good break for me and the missus, and you know, so I think we're going to try to do this every so often. I don't know how often yet, but definitely going to continue to move forward each week or each day. But wow, how long have we been on here, guys?
I have no. I mean, I don't know.
I don't even know how long we've been on here.
Make this a regular thing. I wish we could.
We could. If we can, we will. But the first thing we need to do in order to make that happen and make it easier to happen is going to be getting our YouTube subscribers up so that way we can do the live stream through YouTube. You know, and we can set it up to where we can possibly live stream, like, I don't know, is it a video hangout or a Google Hangout or whatever?
Hangouts.
Which I was struggling with that earlier, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta find it back. And I'm like, oh, but amongst the difficulties. But no, you know, yeah, I like the idea of doing a general conversation and getting you guys involved, because you guys are what makes Old Norse Paganism. I mean, yeah, it's my name, Erik's name, on the business licenses and stuff, tax forms, whatever, but at the end of the day, it's you guys.
Y'all make it whatever it is, and if it's just me and him, it's gonna be what me and Richard want it to be. You know, if it's all of us and everybody putting input, please feel free. If you have input you want to see on the site, please comment on it. We will definitely try to work with you. That's all we've been asking for, even from the group. Please give us your input. We can't make it better, and we would always get comments of this sucks or something, and it would have no information behind it.
Nothing behind it.
You know?
Guys, you can tell us it sucks till the cows come home. But if you don't tell us what it is about it that sucks, it's not going to change. Sorry.
And we can't.
It's like trying to give a haircut through the phone.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Well, I mean, with me, I can't. And see, me and Richard found out we complete one another. I complete him with the beard. He completes me with the hair.
Yeah, I got the hair, baby.
We make one complete guy. Look at that.
Look at that. All right. Fucking ugly motherfucker right there. So the other thing is, guys, next week at some point, I'm going to build a survey. It will be coming to you guys through your emails if you're signed up for the website. That survey will have, I'm planning somewhere between 10 and 20 questions. Please take the time to fill it out for me. It'll help me build the community better for you guys. It'll help Erik and I work on specific goals and things like that. Also keep in mind, one of the other things that we are working on and working towards is building an animated series that tells the history of Norse paganism, from the Void to Ragnarok. Okay, and at some point, hopefully we can get a couple of sponsors in there to help pay for that stuff, so that whoever's doing it and volunteering those services can get a little bit of a paycheck for it, because we do know that that stuff takes quite a bit of time to do, and we do value your time. So we're working towards that, working towards the class. I mean, so we do have a lot of things that we want to do and that we're working on. I'm actually working with a professor out of Colorado University, Denver University, who has been studying Norse as long as I have, and he can actually speak a version of the dialect where, yeah, I'm too stupid too. But, you know, so that being said, I'm working with him to try and help build a class. Hopefully it works out, and we'll go from there. But I don't really have anything else to add at this point. If you guys got something to add, by all means, shoot it to us now. Erik, if you got something to add, go for it, bud.
I mean, I don't really have nothing really related as far as like Norse or anything. I mean, I could just talk for hours, basically. Those of you are wondering, yeah, those of y'all wondering why I've never really done a Odin's Wisdom episode is because I'm not really. I will talk. I don't care who it is. I just don't like this, this on there,
It's pretty hard to get past.
So that's why y'all never really seen me, any videos. But, maybe, yes, he keeps coming down. I will be in more videos.
Well, we'll keep doing it that way, too. But I also think that in between visits, we'll try to see about getting something set up where maybe once a month we can do a Google Hangout and record it and go live with that for you guys or something. But I got to work out some kinks with the Google Hangouts, apparently. But, again, if you guys have not checked out the Instagram, please do. If you've not checked out Twitter, again, please do. It's Old Norse Paganism. Paganism spelled without the I. Excuse me. All of our social links are on the footer of the website.
And definitely go to the website, which it should be popping up on there. Please share it.
Guys, the bigger the community gets with quality people, not quantity. I don't want quantity. I want quality. Okay? And the bigger our audience gets and the community grows with quality Norse members, the better and more fun we are going to have as we learn and grow.
And maybe we could do more meetups in person with other members, eventually.
Well, I know one of the things I'd like to do in the very distant future, when we have several thousand members, is do like a traditional Norse barbecue banquet feast kind of thing.
Yeah, just all
and
sit
just
down.
Have all of us meet up somewhere and have this huge Nordic feast kind of thing. you know, with traditional Nordic dishes and ale and whatever. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
You know, doing a ONP meetup or something.
yeah, that's definitely in the future, guys. You know, so please, if you can, keep pushing it out to everyone that you know that may be interested. Like I said, nobody has to buy anything. We're not trying to make y'all buy anything, you know, but it does help. It does help the advancement of the website. It helps the advancement of all the social media tools that we have. So please go to any of those, subscribe.
And next month, in next month's newsletter, there will be an official statement page in there that shows you guys all the exact dollars that have come in this last quarter, okay, as well as where they went, okay, because we do want to be completely transparent with you guys, okay. We have nothing to hide. We're not spending any money that we're not supposed to.
Well, when does it happen? I don't live in America.
Oh, but that's Liam. That's years out.
Yeah,
years.
Trust me. Probably by that time we might be able to get you here if we can get that all set together. That'd be awesome, though.
It would be awesome. Yeah, absolutely. You know, but that's years down the road. Just like the class is at least a year, maybe 2 down the road. I'm hoping that before that year mark, we're able to get the animated series started. I am going to be looking for sponsors for that. So if you happen to have any tie-ins with other Norse companies like Grimfrost or Viking Shields or whoever, please kind of give us an inside step, if you will, because I am also a believer that it's kind of a little bit about who you know, not what you know. So guys, if you know any potential sponsors, please send them our way. We'd love to pitch the idea to them. Because it does take money to have the software, it takes money to have the time to put into it, you know, and an animated series is not something that just can be done overnight.
And we have pretty much funded it ourselves. Just so y'all know. But he's talking about the financial newsletter. We want that as a way of transparency. That way, you know, if someone does buy something that is a member of the group, y'all will see where the funds go. It's not like me and him are taking y'all's money and running off with it. You know, we're putting it back into whatever it is the website needs. At this point, it's whatever the website needs. There's nothing anything else at this point.
Well, as a matter of fact, last month, not June's, but May's newsletter had a statement of what we sold out of the market. And I put it in this month's as well, which unfortunately for the month of May, we did not sell anything. However, in April, we sold a little over $100, and I did put that in a newsletter as a monthly kind of thing. But I didn't exactly tell you guys where the money went for that. But I can tell you that the money that we did get from that went towards a little bit of SEO, and then it went towards some of the hosting with the new host company that we've got, which is how, by getting this new hosting company, is how we were able to provide you guys with free email addresses upon request. Okay. So that's why we have the submission form, is because we can't get it set up to automatically just give it to you, which I'm kind of okay with, because that allows us to monitor the types of addresses, because I don't want any hateful, ugly emails at Norse.faith.
Nazi Lover 101.
Yeah, let's not do that. Guys, if you submit Nazi 101 or Nazi Lover 101 at Norse.faith for your proposed email address, I can promise you it will not be approved.
Just because we said it doesn't mean it's going to go on there.
You know, so those are where the funds have gone at this point. Also, I think I did show you that the profit on that last month was 20-some, was it 20? 25, 26, somewhere in there. Okay, guys. So, just a heads up. Up until we switched hosts, we were paying $50 a month for hosting. Okay. Now, we recently switched hosting plans and companies, got more features, different features rather. Not necessarily more, but different. And that service ended up being quite a bit significantly cheaper. Mainly because we bought it a year in advance. But the other portions of money have gone into domain name registrations. Mm-hmm. Those have to be renewed every year, guys. And so what I've gone on ahead and done with some of those funds is extended the length in which our domain registration is ours. And at this point, 6 years?
I thought it was like 7 or 8.
It might be 7.
Yeah, it's a good ways off.
It's somewhere down the road, 6 or 8 years, somewhere in there. And at some point in the near future, I'm going to try to go on ahead and ante it up to the remainder of the year. According to ICANN, you can only register a domain for up to 10 years, or 9 years, 11 months, and 31 days, or something like that. And that's a federal regulation, so we have to obviously abide by that. But I'm going to go on ahead at some point and get it maxed out. And then each year I'll just go on ahead and have it automatically renewed. So we'll always be 10 years ahead on our domain registration. But those are the places where your guys' funds are going. Eric and I recently invested some money into an SEO program, which I think is starting to work.
Yeah.
We are showing up in good placements on different search engines and things like that. As I showed you in this month's newsletter that came out a couple of days ago before the first, because I was coming down here, I showed you some pictures of the Google Analytics to show you where our traffic was coming from, what kind of traffic we're having, and how we're kind of on a steady incline of traffic each month. And we love it. And you guys are freaking awesome for doing that for us and helping to spread the word and all of those things. But again, none of this would be possible without you guys. Even if we are the bulk of the financial investment, it's your guys' dedication and support that motivate us to do these things
and to keep going. Because I've had problems. Sometimes I've reached my peak to where I can't do this no more. But I keep getting drawn back. That brotherhood keeps drawing me back. So and luckily I have an understanding wife. Because she's like, well, you keep putting all this money. Well, it is what it is.
Look, here's the thing. Do I want it to get to a point to where it's going to be a break-even deal for us? Absolutely. Okay.
But it doesn't matter to us at this point,
Right. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to do this whether I've got your money or my money or Eric's got the money he's putting in or whatever the case is. We've literally invested at this point thousands of dollars. I consistently am putting 60 to 70 hours a week in. Eric is consistently putting in somewhere around 20 hours a week in.
It's lower, but
sometimes. But so that being said, though, it's not because you have to love it or you wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so keep that in mind. And again, we do hope that we can earn your support, whether it's through a donation to market, fanning our pages,
word of mouth,
spreading the word about the YouTube channel. Because guys, that's another possible source of revenue if we get enough subscribers. We get enough subscribers, we can start generating a revenue there that would help.
And building a better library. And that's that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to give to y'all. That's why we work the way we do. We want it for y'all. We don't need a website. Me and him don't really need the website. We're building it for others. That way y'all can have a place to go and find factual information, because yes, you can go on Wikipedia, but you can't trust some sources. You can't always trust those sources. So that's all we want for y'all, is to where y'all can go to see information or see different views on different blog posts or see Odin's wisdom. Sorry, I had something on my phone. And just to congregate with one another. That's what all it's for, is for y'all to congregate and be able to talk to one another, talk to us. Ask us questions. We obviously sometimes don't always have the answers.
Right.
And some of y'all may know more than we do. That's all the wisdom's all about, is sharing and learning. I mean, you're not always going to know everything.
No, you're not.
And we definitely run it. That's why me and him are a pair. We don't always know anything, so I'll go to him or he'll go to me. That's what it's all about. That's all we want for y'all. That's all.
Fun fact: I don't know shit about Instagram, which is why I was doing such a horrible job running it. And as soon as I give it to somebody that I trust, that I absolutely trust with all of my heart, to run Instagram. In the last 60-ish days, he has tripled the number of people that are following us on that platform. And I'm like, holy crap, dude. You're the man.
And, you know, even though we don't have a Facebook group, the actual Facebook page is doing really well as well. Over 400, I think,
Nice.
last I checked. So it's doing really well. So, guys, we really just need your support. You know, please share us. Show us some love. You know, give us a like. Share the videos of Odin's Wisdom on YouTube. Subscribe.
Submit a post.
Submit a post. Definitely.
Look, if you've got... Okay. You can be mysterious if it's necessary. Okay? You don't have to give your actual name, whatever, on a post. Okay? But you're looking for counsel or thoughts or ideas, or you're struggling with something and you're wanting opinions. Guys, share it. Okay? I may not have the right answer. Erik may not have the right answer, but somebody in our community might have the right answer that works for you. Okay? That's what it's about.
And we don't care if it's a meme. We don't care if it's a post about what you feel about a certain part, like, for instance, a saga, or, you know, what it is. You know, now, mind you, when you submit it, we will look at it. We're not just going to let something go up there that's probably hate-filled. That's the reason why we have submit a post instead of just posting it. Is that way we can make sure it's not hateful towards others. It's not to restrict your rights to speak or anything like that.
No, not at all.
And please submit a post. That's all we
And
want.
I've said it from day one. You can have freedom of speech and exhibit it, but you can do it without being a dick.
Yeah.
I mean, you're entitled to your opinions, but that doesn't give you a license to be a dick. Okay? A lot of people don't agree with me about the fact that Norse is not a racial or blood religion.
Well, we've also been called reptilians over that too.
Yeah.
And please fill me in what a reptilian really is. I've seen some things about it, but I don't really
I don't know if it falls into like Scientology.
I don't know, but either way, it was odd being called that because that's something I've been called a lot over my years of living. Never reptilian. I thought it was quite hilarious actually, and if you were a member of the group at that time, you will know exactly what we're referring to. And we actually, for transparency, let that post go. And that's what we're all about. We're all about being transparent. Brotherly love is what we're trying to show each other. I mean,
We got nothing to hide.
just about all my God's With Us posts are about brotherly love. I mean, it gets repetitive, but it is what it is. You know.
Which, by the way, guys, Erik's working on a series where he's going to do some of the Marvel characters. Like Thor was the one he done for the last couple of weeks. He gave you an outline of what Thor has become in the Marvel universe. And then last week, he gave you what Thor is in the Norse universe. Okay? And I think he's planning to do that with a few of the gods that Marvel or DC have taken and made into comic characters.
And please, if y'all know of one that y'all would like for me to do, email it to us, e.doolany@norse.faith.
See, you can tell he's from the South because he keeps saying y'all.
Y'all. I can't help
Y'all.
it. It's never going to leave me. It's never going to leave.
You fucking redneck.
But
But seriously, guys, we love you. We appreciate you guys tuning in. I do want to kind of shorten this up and whatnot because
we're going to be in trouble.
most of my videos, as you guys know, have been around 15 minutes. I think we're well above that. But, you know, we love you. May the gods bless you and keep you safe. Just love each other.
Yep.
And ignore my hiccups while you're watching this.
Do Loki? Okay. All right.
Yeah, we could do that.
That sounds good. All right, I'll do that. But y'all be safe.
You got homework to do now.
Yeah, I know, right? Y'all be safe. May the gods be with y'all. Show love, like he said, and we'll be with y'all as soon as we can.
You'll see me next week in Odin's Wisdom. So, and it'll be a normal video or a normal sermon. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.